Jackson digs it out. Hunsinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Pass to the basket. Gets the friendly roll to go right there. Ava Cook now with 4 points to go here. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Carroll for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout for out. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own. A 2-run shot. Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com, as well as the IHSAA Champions Network here from Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. Here with Lady Raider basketball coming your way here this evening as we welcome the visiting Cowan Lady Blackhawks as they take on your Wapahani Lady Raiders here tonight. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. And our student sideline reporter, Bailey Clapper, will be joining us here later on as well. As we'll get right into things here with the Raiders Live pregame show presented by Alfred Rods and Customs. Again, Alfred Rods and Customs is a proud sponsor here of us on the WHS Network with over 30 years of experience. They sell the Banastot rods, street rods, muscle cars, and customs in the land. They also buy, sell, and trade cars all over the country. For more information, give them a call at 765-717-3625 and look them up on Facebook at Alpha Rods and Customs, and check out their showroom at 613 East Weiser Street in Muncie, Indiana. Big thing here for Wapahani is they finally get to play again. It's been a while since these girls have really gotten to play much because there's been so many games where it's just varsity-only games. So it'll be nice, I'm sure, for these girls to get back at it again and hopefully, continue their winning ways. They've had a few games at least, and they've played well. I think that these girls are, it's tough when you don't have very many games. It's hard to get used to playing with one another and finding your groove, so to speak. But, they continue to work hard. They're getting after it in practice. Going up against the varsity team, which the varsity team has been looking a lot better. Gaining experience and strengthening, their skill set. And, it's showing right here the last, handful of games, been playing some better basketball. So looking forward to seeing what the junior varsity team can do here tonight. Hopefully we can start off the evening here with win number 1. Hopefully we can go 2-0 on the night here against the visiting Cowan Blackhawks. So stick around here with us. We'll have tonight's starting lineups and tip-off coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Here's we take a look here at tonight's starting lineups here this evening. First and foremost, for the visiting team here this evening, the Cowan Blackhawks. Again, this is what it will look like here as far as starting lineup goes. Again, presented by Air Park Door, again, a proud sponsor here of the WHS Network. Starting at one guard, a 5'4" freshman, number 2, Victoria Kirby. At one forward, a 5'5" sophomore, number 30, Delaney Brooks. At guard, a 5'9" freshman, number 33, Evelyn Hahn. At forward, a 6' freshman, number 34, Angelica Moglin. And then starting at guard, we have a 5'1" sophomore, number 42, Kennedy Coffey. Again, that is the Air Park Door starting lineup there for the Cowan Blackhawks here tonight. And now we'll take a look here at your home Wapahani Raiders. The non-starters will include number 23, Bella Richardson, as well as number 31, Arian Williams. Again, here for your Air Park Door starting lineup here for Wapahani. Starting at one guard, a 5'5" freshman, number 2, Maya Mitchell. At another guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 20, Claire Merle. At guard, a 5'4" freshman, number 22, Taylor Felton. At forward, a 5'7" junior wearing number 32, Addison Denny. And at forward, a 5'5" junior wearing number 45, J.C. Sexton. Again, your Raiders are coached by Adam Faulkner. So again, that is tonight's Air Park Door starting lineup here this evening. Obviously, far from a sellout crowd here tonight, unfortunately. We'd love to have more people come on out to the ball games, but we sure do appreciate the ones that also tune in and join us here on the WHS Network, as always, as we get tonight's game officially underway here at 5:56 p.m. here on this Thursday, December the 18th of 2025. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, our student sideline reporter Bailey Clapper. She'll be joining us later on. It'll be nice to have her here with us, being a part of Lady Raider basketball here tonight. So we'll have a foul early on here on Wapahani's number 20, Claire Merle. That will be her first, team's first. Again, not quite the start that I'm sure Wapahani would have hoped for in their opening possession here tonight, as the first free throw will be up and no good here for Victoria Kirby. And she'll be at the line here for one more. Again, tonight's game presented this evening by Liberty Prairie Alumni Association. And the second one will be off the mark, as we'll head back the other way here for Wapahani on offense. Merle, left side here to Denny. Back up top here to Merle. Again, you have Sexton right there in the middle. Of course, with Cowan more in a zone right here, definitely going to have to look to get the ball more to the middle and work themselves downward towards the rim. Hopefully get some looks underneath right there, some layups. Hopefully get Cowan into some foul troubles. That's going to be rebounded there by Felton, looking to go coast to coast. And instead, that will land out of bounds off of the Blackhawks. So the Raiders will maintain possession here at the 6:13 mark in the first quarter. Mitchell there along the baseline, and she'll be fouled. The foul will be here on number 33, Evelyn Hahn. That will be her first, team's first here of the evening. Inbounded here to Felton. Dribbles right there near the free throw line. Now back out to Mitchell. Dribbles it right here on the right side wing. Back to Felton. The three on the way. And connects from downtown. Big time rainmaker right there for Taylor Felton to get the Raiders on the board here for the first time this evening. And so a quick 3-0 lead. So the foul here on Wapahani, that will be on number 2, Maya Mitchell. That will be her first, team's second of the quarter. So Kirby to inbound here for the Blackhawks. Inbounded here into the backcourt. That's Kennedy Coffey in possession of the basketball. As the Raiders are on top here by a trio. Loose ball right here. Sexton there with the tie-up there with Coffey. But the jump ball will still favor the Blackhawks in this situation. Coffey facing big-time pressure right there from Felton and Mitchell. And it ends up in a Blackhawk turnover, their first here of the night. Left side here, Felton. Sexton right there at the free throw line. That was off the noggin and then into the hands here of Denny. No good for Felton for 2. And Kirby pushing up for quickly right here. Again, facing some heavy traffic. Trying to motor right through. Instead, will get called with a carry. So back-to-back turnovers for Cowan. Shoo! She got away with a travel right there, I believe. Then again, I'm not a referee, so what do I know? Felton up and good there for 2. 5 points for the Raiders. 5 points here for Taylor Felton. Good job there by Merle getting hands in on things right there, trying to create disruption. And now another takeaway. Merle again with a steal that time around. That's going to be deflected out of bounds. Last touch there by the Blackhawks. So we'll have Maya Mitchell to inbound. But before that, we'll have a substitution for Cowan. Number 20, Miley Coffey now will check in for the first time this evening. Mitchell to inbound, finds Merle underneath now to Denny. Kicks to the left side wing now. Sexton there along the baseline. Up and good for 2. So J.C. Sexton now with her first points on the night. And out now gives the Raiders a 7-0 start. Again, for a team that really hasn't played much, it's nice to see him come out here early and get off to a really nice start here offensively and defensively. Mitchell along the baseline now to Sexton for 2 more. No good this time. Denny will corral the rebound. And no good there on the shot. But again, second chance opportunities. Wapahani continuing to really get after it defensively. Nice job there from Mitchell. Really not giving Kirby much breathing room. And obviously Coffey right there not getting much either. So that's going to result in another Cowan turnover. So that is now 4 straight possessions for the Blackhawks that have resulted in a turnover. The stifling defense here from the Raiders starting to really prevail here in early goings. Claire Merle with the big-time rainmaker. Yes. First points now for Claire Merle on the night, as the Raiders are making it rain inside just like it is outside here tonight. 10-0 start. The timeout here from Cowan. We'll step aside here for a quick break, and we'll be back right after these messages from the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. All right, folks, welcome back. Had to come out from the commercial break a little bit early because Cowan did not, and Wapahani didn't. They didn't use the full amount of the timeout. So, nonetheless, we're back at it again. Nice hands there from Maya Mitchell, creating another turnover. No good there on the putback or the layup right there. But the defense continues to be a very big story so far here in tonight's ball game from Wapahani, that is. 5 consecutive possessions make that 6 consecutive possessions here by Cowan have resulted in a turnover as Addison Denny will now cash in there with her first points on the night. So right now you have 4 players here for the Raiders that at least at the bare minimum have 2 points here in the early stages of this one. I like it. Good distribution, everybody contributing in multiple ways. Kirby's shot will be up, no good. Bounced around a couple times. Into the hands now there of Coffey, but then turned over again. No good. But then there's Felton with the putback. Felton now with 7 points. Again, that takeaway there by Claire Merle. Right side here, that's Kennedy Coffey. Guarded by Sexton. Coffey dribbles here to the top of the key. Not much in the way of movement right here. And that's going to end up. That looked to have went off of one of our bench players' foots, which would have been out of bounds. But that's okay. We're going to keep on rolling here. It ended up being a turnover anyway. So, again, it was just very. I know it was close there along the sideline, but again, I could have swore that hit off of one of our bench players' feet. But again, like I said, it ended up resulting in a turnover anyway. And Taylor Felton just cruises on in there for 2 more. She's already up to 9 points here through the first 6 minutes of this ball game tonight. Nice denial there by Mitchell. Then off the leg there of Addison Denny. Merle, coast-to-coast action, will be fouled on the way up. So she will now head to the Tierney stripe there for a pair. So the foul will be on number 24, Layla Spence. That will be her first, team's second of the quarter. And again, Merle shooting 2. So the first one up, left that one just a touch short this time around. But looking for better things this time. The second of 2, up and good. Nicely done. So Merle cashes in on 1 of 2. As they say, one's better than none. And 4 points now for Claire. Now gives Wapahani a 17-0 lead. And there's Maya Mitchell coming up with another Raider takeaway. And now another loose ball. Felton comes up with it. Mitchell, she tried to do the Euro step, and unfortunately it didn't work out this time around. So that will be the second turnover now tonight for Wapahani. And another carry. So that is 10 first quarter turnovers for Cowan. Very unfortunate there for those young ladies. And fortunately here for Wapahani, they've really been able to cash in off of those turnovers. No good that time. Denny can't get the putback to go, but she will be fouled on the way up, and this will be once again on number 24, Layla Spence here of Cowan. So that will now be her second, team's third. It is 17-0. I'm not sure why those 2 points didn't go up there on our scoreboard, but there you go now. First free throw attempt up and no good there for Denny. As number 30 is Delaney Brooks, as well as number 40, Chloe Shaw, now in the ball game. Again, Shaw seeing her first action of the evening. Second free throw attempt here for Addison will be up and in and out, no good. Rebounded by Kirby. Nearly lost that one out of bounds. Again, the continued stifling defense there from Mitchell. And that will do it here for this first quarter. A heck of a start. 17-0 here at the end of 1. We'll step aside and we'll be back here with your second quarter of action. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here to our East Jackson Auto Sales game break as we enter the second quarter. Again, here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium, we want to say welcome to all of you out there joining us tonight. Again, wherever you're watching us from, we appreciate you, and thank you for being so supportive of not only us, but the student-athletes out here on the court for both Cowan and Wapahani here this evening, as we'll get right back at it. Again, here with the second quarter of action. Again, Wapahani on top here, 17-0. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, our student sideline reporter will be joining us here later on, as we'll have a jump ball, and that's going to result in the possession arrow favoring the Raiders. Again, Merle there with 4 first quarter points. Taylor Felton with 9. Addison Denny then with 2. And then J.C. Sexton with 2. So, again, that's a scoring total so far there at the end of the first quarter. Claire Merle will be fouled on that 3-point shot. And we have Arian Williams and Bella Richardson now in for Wapahani. And they came in during the quarter break. So we'll have Merle at the line shooting 3. Again, the foul was on number 42, Kennedy Coffey. That will be her first, team's first of the quarter. The second of 3 will be up. Left that one a touch short. You know what they say, third time's a charm. This one will be up, and it will be good. Heck yes. So make it 5 points out for Claire. Near takeaway there by Richardson. That pass denied away there by Arian Williams. Coming in right off the bench and already making an impact. That's what we like to see. And there's Bella Richardson. Gets the deflection. Already making an impact as well. And we're going to have an illegal screen. That's going to be on number 20, Miley Coffey, her first, team second of the quarter. And that's also now the 11th turnover now in the ball game here for Cowan. Wapahani with 2. They started off the ball game with a turnover. And really since then have played clean basketball up to this moment. Hopefully it stays that way. But we're making smart decisions. Obviously, we're converting off of the miscues there from Cowan. Richardson here in the corner. Baseline jump shot up, no good. Williams trying to battle there for the rebound, but ends up heading out of bounds off the hands there of Williams. Again, also another special treat here tonight, folks. We'll have the Wapahani Junior Pro, the girls Junior Pro. They're going to be playing during the halftime tonight of both JV and varsity games. Then we'll have the Wapahani Pep Band here. They're going to be playing for us. So quite the treat as the Rainmaker right there from number 20, Miley Coffey here of Cowan, will get the Blackhawks on the board here for the first time this evening. Richardson lost the handle on it, and that's going to head out of bounds, but it's going to stay here with Wapahani. So Richardson will inbound here at the 5:15 mark. Inbounded. Oh, nice pass right there. Denny couldn't get that one to go, but good job there on the backside there by Felton. Now Claire Merle for 3. Bank's not open. That's deflected out of bounds, and it's going to once again stay right here with Wapahani. So again, Richardson will inbound. Finally finds Denny, and then that pass deflected once again, and will stay right here. Felton dribbles inside, now works it back around. Looking for Merle, ends up with the handoff there to Richardson, drives the right side. Closed off there along the baseline. Now Addison Denny for 3. That will be up and good. Addison Denny from downtown. 5 points now for Addison, and back to an 18-point Wapahani lead. Kirby across half court, getting that ball deflected right away from her there by Bella Richardson. So again, Blackhawks will maintain possession. Williams, there was some good defense there on the far side of the floor, as well as Felton right there in help side. Again, looking to trap the basketball. Kirby dribbles into the paint, and that ball deflected away, but not before a foul here on number 32, Addison Denny. That will be her first, team's first of the quarter. That pass to the corner here to Kirby. Dribbles it down to the left side wing. She'll work her way around, but that ball denied away there by Taylor Felton. 12th turnover now for the Blackhawks. Richardson up and good there for two. Good outlet pass, and good job there by the Raiders to get the ball up for quickly right there. Then Richardson being able to capitalize there on the bucket to give her first points on the night and to give the Raiders a 20-point lead. Another takeaway by Felton. Goes in with the left hand, and it's up and good for two more. Now up to 11 points here for Taylor. That pass picked off by Williams. That's a big-time interception right there from Williams. And Merle, a nice clean pathway for two more. So the timeout here from the Blackhawks will be their second charge timeout here of the night. We're going to try this timeout again for the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. Since we cut them off last time, we're going to run through that commercial again. 27-3 here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back. Again, following the timeout there from Cowan. Again, they will have 3 timeouts remaining. Again, Wapahani still with all 5 of theirs. And so we will start again. Again, also want to recognize our officials here this evening, Mr. Mike Abram and Tyrone Haskins with us here tonight. We appreciate our officials for all that they do. Obviously, without them, we couldn't have a game. That pass picked off by Mitchell. No good there for 2, but fouled on the way up. So Maya will now head to the free throw line for a pair. The foul here on Cowan's number 20, Miley Coffey, her second. Team's third of the quarter. First free throw attempt will be up and good. So Maya there with her first point on the evening. As number 25, Eva Byers, will now sub in for Cowan. Second free throw attempt up and no good. And we will have a lane violation here on Cowan, so Mitchell will have another crack at this one. And off the back iron, no good. A battle for possession, and Addison Denny, per usual, never gives up. got after it right there and ended up fighting there for that loose ball that ended up resulting in a jump ball. And possession did favor Cowan, but you love the hustle and the fight for every possession there from Addison Denny. And another Raider takeaway. Mitchell there with a steal. Again, you had a couple hands involved there. Williams, Merle, and Denny right there. And there's Merle cashing in there for two more. No good right there. Deflected back out, though. And all that mess ended up resulting in Cowan maintaining possession. That was a full-on situation there for both teams. So Richardson had one heck of a volleyball spike. It was funny, her reaction right after it happened. She looked at head coach Adam Faulkner and said, I got to grab it. Got to grab the basketball right there. Had a really a pretty easy takeaway, but you still love the deflection nonetheless. So nicely done there from Richardson. We'll have J.C. Sexton back in the ball game. Coming in for Merle. Near takeaway, Kirby. To the right side now, Coffey gives way here, number 33. That is Hahn. Deflected back out. Kirby regains possession here on the left side wing. Dribbles to the left corner. The shot from the free throw line up and no good. Richardson there with a rebound. That ball well up floor here to Mitchell. Nice shot fake. And then no good. And that pass intercepted as well there by Denny. And then we'll have the foul here on number 23. Oh, no. Actually, rather, 25, Ava Byers. So that'll be her first, team's fourth. And we'll get a substitution now for Cowan, number 40, Chloe Shaw. So she'll check back in here for the Blackhawks. Again, 53 seconds to play. And a shot up and good. So Mitchell right there for two more. Now 3 points here on the night. That's up and good. J.C. Sexton from downtown. Or rather, it was a 2-point basket. And that will do it here for the first half. 34-3, Wapahani leads it here at the break. Stick around here with us. We'll have our halftime report coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here with our East Jackson Auto Sales game break at the half. It's Wapahani 34, Cowan 3 here at the break. Obviously a very productive first half of play here from Wapahani on both sides of the ball. Created 15 turnovers. Obviously, many of those, just about, I would say out of those 15 turnovers, I would say at least 12 to possibly 13 of those turnovers then resulted in points on the offensive end here for Wapahani. So we made good of those opportunities, took good care of the basketball. We only had 2 first half turnovers. So I think that, I'm sure head coach Adam Faulkner has got to be pleased with how his players have came out here. And like I said earlier, they really haven't had many games. I mean, our varsity right now we're 5-5. So out of those 10 possible games, I think we might have played 5, maybe 4 or 5 games or so, which is not many. And it's tough, for these girls to be able to have production and find that consistency and flow, throughout the course of the season when you're not playing much. When all you're doing is practicing all the time, I think that really makes life a little bit difficult for these girls. But, it doesn't really show here tonight. Obviously, if anything, it shows how hungry they are to get back out onto the floor. And it's shown so far here this evening with this nice 31-point lead here at the break. You had distribution, from everywhere here tonight, and not only distribution, but a lot of production from everybody. Whether it be offensively, defensively, we've done a really solid job rebounding. So we're doing all the necessary things, obviously, to claim victory here tonight, and the reason why we're in the lead the way we are right now. So kudos there to Wapahani and the way we played, and hopefully we can back that up with an even better second half right here. But the Raiders were led here in this first half by Taylor Felton. Had 11 points here in the first half. Claire Merle with 9. Addison Denny with 5. J.C. Sexton with 4 points. Then also we have Maya Mitchell with 3, and then Bella Richardson with 2 points there for the grand total of 34 first half points here for your Wapahani Raiders. So please make sure to stick around here with us. We'll have the start of the second half coming up here in about 4 minutes. And until then, we'll step aside here for a commercial break, and we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next.
All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network as we open up this second half of play here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium here in Selma, Indiana. Again, tonight's Lady Raider basketball game is presented by the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association and a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. We will have a legal screen here on Wapahani's number 45, JC Sexton. That's going to be her team's first here of the quarter. And also the first turnover of the half. Again, a traveling violation. So already starting the second half out with a turnover here from both sides. Felton in command of the basketball, looks for Merle, gets it to her, nice back cut, nice finish right there. The Felton-Merle connection as Merle now up to 11 points now on the night to boost this lead up to a whopping 33. Coffee shot, no good, rebounded by Felton there on the backside, and here come the Raiders back the other way. Felton in command. Dribbles left, dribbles right rather, the handoff there to Merle. The three on the way, no good this time. Felton ends up saving that one, but it lands right into the hands there of Hahn. Up court here, Coffee facing some heavy pressure there by Sexton. No good there on the shot. That's going to be deflected out of bounds, and that will be off of Cowan. So the Raiders will take back over here on offense as fans continue to file in here this evening. Again, we'll have the Raider Pep Band here tonight. We'll be back at it not only tonight, but then on Saturday night as well. We have a very, very busy weekend for all of us here on the WHS Network, as we'll have a foul there on the low block area. The foul will be on number 2, Victoria Kirby. That's going to be her team's first here of the quarter. So Maya Mitchell will head to the charity stripe there for 2 more. Had 3 first half points. Looking for her 4th right here, right now. And the free throw will be up and good there on the first one. The second of 2 here for Maya Mitchell. It will be up. And no good that time around. So 1 for 2, we'll take that all day, every day. Better than 0 for 2. And we'll get back here on the defensive side of the basketball where the Raiders have continued to flourish here throughout the evening. And that pass thrown out of bounds for turnover number 2 now of the half. Merle across half court, dribbles left side. The screen there from Williams. Dumps it down low. Nice pick and roll. And then there's Arian Williams right there for her first points. That was an excellent offensive possession right there. Again, you had the high pick and roll right there between Williams and Merle. Claire, great court vision, was able to find her and complete the deal there with Williams underneath. There's Felton again around the rebound. Dribbles right side. Again, the handoff to Claire. Sexton there with a high screen near the top of the key. Mitchell now dribbling all the way back around the horn. And we will get a traveling violation here on the Raiders. Second turnover now of the half is number 20. Miley Coffey will check back in for Cowan. And we've also reached that 35-point plateau. And I actually completely forgot all about that. So now we've caught back up here on the clock. It's one of those things, I mean, if you're not doing it repetitiously, you kind of forget about it. And it's not every game that, we or our opponents have a 35-point lead. Inbounded here to number 20. That's Miley Coffey to the corner now. Kennedy Coffey in possession. Dribbles, kicks it now, and that one's going to be a turnover. Interception there by Mitchell. Down low there to Merle. I love the unselfishness right there. Mitchell to Merle. There for two more. 13 points now for Claire. Hahn looks for Kirby, is able to get it to her now. Here at the free throw line, back out. Kennedy Coffey on to Miley Coffey. The three on the way. No good. That's Merle there on the backside rebound. Here comes Arian Williams. Now to Mitchell, down low to Sexton. And good there for two more. Kiss that one there off the backboard. 6 points now for JC. So the Raiders just keep on keeping on here defensively. Great effort. Shot off the mark there for Hahn. A battle for the basketball. So possession will end up resulting in staying with Cowan. Off the mark right there for Hahn. Mitchell again there with a rebound, and there's nobody in sight. And there's Merle through there for two more. Coast to coast. So that will now give Claire 15 points, and we've now reached the 2-minute mark here in the third. Right side here, that's number 24, Layla Spence. Up top here to Coffey. Dribbles right. That shot rejected by Mitchell. Up floor, Felton will now dribble it back out and set it up here for the Raiders offensively. And we will get a timeout on the floor taken by Wapahani. This will be their first charge timeout here of the evening. So we will step aside here for a timeout of our own. 45-3, Wapahani leads it. Here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back in here, folks. Again, tonight's game presented by the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association. Again, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. Wapahani with a 45-3 lead as we return from the timeout. Wapahani with 4 of them remaining. Cowan with 3 timeouts remaining. It'll be Maya Mitchell to inbound. And she will do so there into the backcourt here to Claire Merle. Nice screen from Sexton. Taylor Felton, right corner three. Makes a big-time splash. Yes. That is now the second three on the night here for Taylor Felton. Give her now 14 points as the Raiders can really continue to display how you play the game the right way. The unselfishness on offense, the stifling, dominating defense. Obviously, we've created a lot of takeaways. We've rebounded the ball well. Just in every facet here tonight, we have done a solid job. And I stopped the time again here on the screen, so we're going to roll with it again. So now we're caught right back up. Felton right side, now the handoff here to Mitchell. The deep three, and the bank is open for Maya Mitchell. First three of the night there for Maya. Give her 7 points on the night. Near takeaway, Hahn to the corner. Miley Coffey will be fouled on the shot. And so we will have 2 free throws here for number 20, Miley Coffey. Again, that is the end of the third quarter time-wise, but again, Coffey will need to shoot 2 free throws, and then that'll be the official end here of the third quarter. So the first one will be up and good. So Miley so far with all 4 of Cowan's points. And no good on that one, and that will do it here for the third quarter. 51-4 here to the end of 3. We'll step aside, and we'll be back here with your fourth quarter of action. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here with our East Jackson Auto Sales game break as we head to the fourth quarter of action here this evening. Again, Wapahani here with a 51-4 lead. It's going to be Cowan Blackhawk basketball to open up this fourth quarter of play. Again, if you're just joining us here for the first time this evening, and we want to say welcome and thank you for tuning in and spending your Thursday evening here with us. Again, we'll have tonight's varsity action coming up as well, live here on the WHS Network. Wapahani winners of their last 2 and 3 out of their last 4 games, and looking to hopefully claim their 3rd victory in conference play as well. Merle from downtown, that's money. Heck yes. Have a game here. Claire Merle now with 18 points. Just production from everyone. It's nice to see us play as well as we have so far here this evening. And hopefully this will just catapult us to even bigger and better things here tonight, here in tonight's varsity game. Inbound here, that's number 25, Eva Byers. Now, number 2, that's Victoria Kirby. Back out here to Byers. Dribbles here at the top of the key, now left side wing. And And no good there on the shot, but again fouled on the play was Evelyn Hahn. So the foul on Merle. That will be her second, team's first of the quarter. Or actually, excuse me, that's her third. And the first one, no good that time. As number 30, that is Delaney Brooks, checking back in for Cowan. So jump ball right here. Possession does favor Cowan right here. So again, a little over 5 minutes to play. And good right there, Kirby for two. Her first points on the night. Merle drives it left and gets called with the carry. Third turnover now of the half. Gives us 5 here on the evening. Lost a handle on that one. Felton jumps on it. Here comes Mitchell up floor. And Cash is in there with 2 more. So Mitchell now with 9 points. Kirby right side here. Kicks it back up top. Brooks can get us away to Kirby once more. The defense there from JC. Williams, much of the same right there. Hahn dribbles here to the top, now inside near the free throw line. Now baseline jump shot, no good. That's going to be deflected out of bounds. It's going to head back the other way, favoring Wapahani with 3.5 to play here in regulation. No good there from Sexton. Again, Kirby corralling the rebound. And another Raider takeaway. And 2 more there for Merle. So Claire now up to 20 points on the night. I thought for a second we was going to have another timeout, but instead just a quick substitution. As number 42, Kennedy Coffey, will return to the floor again here for Cowan. Again, just a little over 2 minutes remaining. Shaw, guarded heavily there by Williams, gives way to Brooks. Swung now, Hahn here to right side elbow, guarded by Merle, and that will be tossed away. 7th turnover now of the half for Cowan. Good screen right there. Again, you hope that she's all right. And obviously, you don't set a screen to hurt someone, but you do set a screen to help your teammate out and get them off, get their opponent off their back. but she's going to head to the bench again. Hopefully the young lady's all right. Felton here, the handoff to Merle. Weaving in and out. Merle for three. No good this time. Williams will corral the rebound. Saxton gives way to Mitchell, and she'll be fouled here on the play. So the foul here on number 20, Miley Coffey, will be her third. Team's first here of the quarter. And we're under a minute to go. And that's going to be an over and back violation there on the Raiders. Now our sixth turnover of the evening, fourth here of the second half. And we was a little bit behind there on the clock. So I had to get that settled again. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to stay with Cowan with 20 seconds to go. Inbounded. Coffey here at the top of the key. The three up. No good. And that will do it here tonight, folks. Again, what a nice win here this evening for Wapahani. And this evening's junior varsity game. Again, your final score, Wapahani 58, Cowan 6. All the way around, everybody on this team contributed in so many ways. It was really nice to see. It's not only offensively, but especially on the defensive side of the basketball. Just great complimentary basketball, unselfishness, and that was a great win there for this junior varsity team. So congratulations there to the girls as well as head coach Adam Faulkner as we get prepared here for tonight's varsity game. Again, we want to thank you guys for joining us here for tonight's junior varsity broadcast. Again, our varsity broadcast will start up here in about 12, 13 minutes from now. It'll be around 7:10 when we'll get going here tonight, 7:10-ish. So looking forward to having you guys all tune in then. Until then, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll see you all back here in just a little while here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.